Have you ever wished you could get the best of both worlds? You know, the easy, instant updates of a web app, but with the slick, immersive feel of a native app? Well, with Oracle Apex, you actually can. Today, we're going to dive in and show you exactly how to turn your standard web application into a really powerful, installable mobile experience that can engage users in real time. For years, developers have been stuck with this really tough choice. On one hand, you have the web app, it's cheap and super easy to update. On the other, you've got the native app. It's fast, it lives on the home screen, and it has those all-important push notifications. It's always felt like a compromise, but that's changing. Yeah, exactly. What if you didn't have to make that choice anymore? What if you could combine the instant update power of the web with the feel and the presence of a native app? That's the question that really opens the door to something amazing. And the answer is the Progressive Web App, or PWA. This technology is a total game changer. It basically shatters that old trade-off, letting you build a single Apex application that gives you the massive reach of the web and the awesome features of a native app. And honestly, here's the real kicker. You get to completely bypass the app stores. Just think about that for a second. You could push a critical bug fix or a brand new feature directly to your users' devices, like right now. No more waiting around for that painful App Store approval process. That right there is the power of a PWA. So how does all this magic actually work? Well, it's definitely not just a fancy mobile-friendly website. A real PWA is built on 3 specific technical pillars. And the best part? Oracle Apex handles all the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so this image breaks it down perfectly. These are the 3 pillars holding everything up: the web app manifest, the service worker, and app shell caching. Let's quickly dive into what each one of these powerhouses actually does. First up, we have the web app manifest. The easiest way to think of this is like your app's passport. It's a simple little file that tells the phone's operating system, hey, I'm an installable app, and it defines what the app will look like, from its home screen icon all the way down to the theme colors. Next, you've got the service worker. This is kind of the unsung hero of your PWA. It's this background script that works like a smart proxy between your app and the network. And it's the engine that powers all the cool stuff like offline functionality and, you guessed it, push notifications. And finally, there's app shell caching. This is really the secret sauce that makes your PWA feel lightning fast. By storing the core user interface, the main structure, right on the user's device, your app loads instantly, every single time. No more staring at a loading spinner. All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and see how you actually build this in Oracle Apex. You're going to be shocked at just how easy it is to take your web page and put it right on a user's home screen. And that's it. Seriously, just a few clicks in the Apex Builder and boom, you've unlocked the core power of PWAs. Your users will now actually get a prompt to install your app directly from their browser. It's that simple. But why stop there, right? Let's take our PWA to the next level. We can layer on some professional features that'll make it feel like a truly native app, something that's deeply integrated with the user's device. First impressions really matter. With screenshots, you can give your users a little sneak peek of what your app is all about during that install prompt, just like a real App Store listing. It's a really small touch, but it can make a huge difference in convincing them to install. Okay, next up, shortcuts. This is super cool. With a long press on your app's icon, users can just jump directly to key pages, like their dashboard. It's a massive time saver for them and a great way to boost engagement. Just one little tip, you gotta make sure rejoin sessions is enabled in your app settings for this to work. So what about sharing? Easy. With a simple button and a share dynamic action, you can let your users spread the word about your app using all their favorite social channels. It's a fantastic way to grow your user base totally organically. And now for the grand finale, push notifications. This is where you can really, truly engage your users in real time. We're talking about sending them timely, important alerts that they just can't miss, even when their browser is completely closed. And you know what the best part is? Setting up push notifications in Apex is an absolute breeze. With just a couple of clicks, you can turn the feature on, generate your security credentials, and even set up a little settings page for your users to opt in. Now, when it's time to actually send these notifications, Apex gives you 2 really powerful options. For the simple one-off messages, the declarative page process is probably your go-to. But for more complex stuff, like sending targeted alerts to a whole group of users, the PLSQL API is your secret weapon. And just look at how simple the API is. With just a few lines of PLSQL, you can trigger these incredibly specific, dynamic notifications from anywhere inside your database. Imagine automatically alerting a user the second their order ships, or telling them a new report is ready. That's what we mean by real-time engagement.
Of course, development isn't always smooth sailing. So let's quickly run through a few common issues you might run into and how to fix them to keep your PWA running perfectly.
Think of this as your PWA first aid kit. If you're not seeing the install prompt, check for HTTPS. It's a must. Push notifications not working on an iPhone? They need to be on at least iOS 16.4, and, this is key, they have to have added your app to their home screen. Seeing old content or images? Just regenerate the service worker. And if your icon looks weird, make sure it's perfectly square. And here's a little pro tip for you. Push notification subscriptions are tied to a specific browser on a specific device. So if a user clears their cache, that subscription token is gone. But you don't have to worry about that because Apex is smart enough to automatically clean up all those old expired tokens for you behind the scenes. And that's a wrap. You now have the complete blueprint to build an installable, engaging, and truly modern mobile experience, all with Oracle Apex. You've got the tools, you've got the knowledge. The only question left is, what are you going to go build?